Alright everybody, how is it going? We are going to, well, this is the last half of the flight. I didn't start it at the beginning of the flight, but we are on our way to an airport in Japan. In about 5 minutes we'll be descending, and we'll be descending to our runway here in Japan, runway 32. And we're using the PMDG, obviously, and we're going to do an auto land. I'm going to show you how. This is the first time I've done it at these two airports. I always done it in the US, but I'm in Japan, so we're going to see how this works. But anyway, so here we are. We're getting ready for our descent. We're at 200 knots. And we've got about 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and we're going to do an auto land, and this will be interesting. And there's a certain procedure you have to do for that, for this to work, and in case you don't know, and I'm going to demonstrate for you how this is done. But if you're not watching this live and you're watching it afterwards, you can scroll through, because I'm going to leave the video in the live area. You can scroll through the video to get to it, to see procedures that I do, and you'll be able to check this out. Now we're going to do this using self-loading cargo, so I don't know how the passengers are going to take to it. It's not going to be a perfect landing, that I always do. If you look at my last landing, I do a very soft landing. Sometimes it's so soft it'll say too smooth or too soft. But I land this thing very, very well. But we're going to see how it works and what the G-forces are, and the vertical speed rate is on the land with the auto land. So we do it pretty much the same way with the ILS approach. Only you activate both autopilots A and B, because it won't work without engaging both. So you have to engage both autopilots, and I'm going to show you what you do. Now here's the thing, once you touch down, you have to immediately disconnect the autopilot and take over and, you know, bring the aircraft to a stop, and also steer it, because the auto land system won't do that. Once you're on the ground, the autopilot pretty much is not really in effect. So, but I'm showing you here on the map here where we are, and we'll be descending probably right around here in this area. Now, I have the flight plan loaded in the FMC here, the computer. I also saved it and had Microsoft Flight Simulator load it, but it's got this weird approach. It comes out here this way, goes out here, and then goes to the land. That's not how it is, and you'll be able to see in this. It's just a straight out forward approach. So there's no bullshit like this, like you see here. Microsoft Flight Simulator, like I said, is not very good with deciphering a flight plan. It's not very good at flight planning. I never use it to make a flight plan, except if I want to see what's going on through the map system like this. I always use SimBrief to make a flight plan. Never ever will I rely on a flight plan from Microsoft Flight Simulator. Ever. So, yeah. So here we are, and we got actually another minute. Actually, we could start our descent right about now. I'm going to kill this clock here. So anyway, so let's start a descent to 4,000 feet. And here we go with, oops, that's not what I wanted. So we're gonna put on our spoilers because we don't want to exceed 250 knots below 10,000. We're not very far from 10,000. We were cruising at 16,000. It was a very short flight. I started this right around here. Not this one, but RJAA right over here. That's what I started it right there. Came this way. So, yeah. And this is going to automatically tell the passengers, you notice, we've begun our descent.
Good afternoon once again from the cockpit. As you've probably noticed, we've started our descent. Depending on the destination air traffic, we should be landing in around 20 minutes. In the meantime, I will be instructing the cabin crew to get the cabin ready for our arrival. Once that happens, the seatbelt sign will be illuminated and you will be required to stay seated and secured until after landing. If you need to visit the toilet, it may be worth making your way towards one now. You'll next hear from me after landing, so I will wish you a very good afternoon once again, and I'll speak to you in a short while.
So here we go. Back to 2,800 feet per minute. Once we get to 10,000, we'll turn our landing lights on. And people are still looking for the services, I think. Anyway, who's going to manage the toilets? The Wi-Fi is going to be... We're going to... shut this off. So we want those managed that way. We want the Wi-Fi disengaged. Turn off the services. And we're going to tell ATC that we are going to cancel the IFR.
Tokyo Center, Delta 450. Cancel IFR at this time. Approach Delta 450 is type Boeing 737 to 2 miles
so you
south
can't
of
even hear the
Hamamatsu,
ACC, except for the co-pilot.
Request flight following.
I gotta love Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Squawk 4071 Delta 450.
Alright. Oh, we have to turn
Roger
on
Delta
our
450.
lights. And I'm 3,000 feet short of doing that, but that's okay, I don't care. Not a big deal. And then we'll lose another 1,000 feet or two. The airport that we are going to land at is this one right here, as you can see. And yeah. Be it right there. Let's check it out, see if we can find it. There it is.
Center
to
Tower
full
Delta
stop.
450 is 47 miles southeast, 4,300 feet with Oscar to land. Fly straight in runway tree 6 Delta 450.
So let's bring this to 3,500 feet. What we'll do is first we'll hit our approach, and then the command B, the autopilot, and that will hook up to, I believe, Cat 3 wireless. So making progress. I should be there in 5 minutes, but we're gonna bring this to 240 knots. Speed things up here. Reduce our spoilers. We don't need those. And we're gonna tell the cabin is secured. And now there should be a flight attendant heading to the intercom. But for some reason, look at this. Did not make it. Okay, really? I don't think so. Wi-Fi wasn't suspended, and I did suspend it, as you saw that. The landing lights is true. But so the cabin is secured. They prepared the cabin for landing. So I could tell them to take their seats. Well, they didn't prepare the cabin.
Cabin crew, prepare the cabin for landing.
So they need to do that. Let's see if there's changes. Service position analysis. That's full because they were all served.
Please ensure your cabin bag
everything.
is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrest down and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service. Thank you.
Okay, well, it is what it is. And they'll take their seats for landing shortly. We can slow it down now. And we'll be turning on to get to final. see here. Let's get a closer look. We come here, and we get right onto final around here. But we will start the approach here. We take the data in the airport. That's there. So now the cabin crew will come to me and come to the intercom and tell me that the cabin's secured for landing when they're finished. It shouldn't be too long. Check-in passengers going through here, and they're just going to come here and do that. The other one is over here. The other one's here. So that won't take too long. We could bring this down to 160 knots. Put another notch of flaps. Slower than that. 250 knots. Another notch of flaps. And let's see she's heading to the intercom to tell me that the cabin is secure for landing, and then we'll tell them to take their seats for landing. And we're going to put our last notch of flaps. And we put the landing gear down. That's annoying. Supposed to put the landing gear down first, but that's alright. That buzzer will go out as soon as there we go. Put the flaps down there. I can bring this to 140 knots is good. And we'll arm the spoilers. Bring that up there. Get that ready. And we'll get our maybe we'll go to number 3 auto brakes. So now we're going to hit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit that there, hit that there, and we're going to hit the approach, and that command there. So we'll be auto landing. And we can check it out there. They should be managing the toilet. This should be suspended. And that should be suspended as well. Get it there. There we go. And there we go. Alright. So now all we have to do is wait for this to land. That's it right over there. That'll be our final approach here. And we'll tell them to take us their seats.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. We're ready for landing. The cabin is secured.
We're almost ready, actually, so you can take your seats now.
No problem. All stations, landing positions, please.
Now, as you can see in the cabin layout that I have, this is the BBJ one, so they got tables and stuff like that. And so it's not a straight walk down the middle, it's up this way. And they're going to all take their seats. So she's going to walk there to take her seat. That way, this one is ready for landing. That one's ready for landing, and that one is going to walk to the seats. So here we are, we're turning on to our final, and the altitude will automatically adjust. Take it at 135 knots. So that looks pretty interesting there. Like I said, once we touch down, you should disengage that autopilot very promptly and
2500.
get ready to steer and slow down as we're on the runway. We're going to see what kind of a landing it's going to do. And the weather looks pretty good. Now, auto landing like this is for when you have bad visibility, bad weather. You can't see the runway until you're just right on top of it, just like maybe a couple hundred feet. Like even just a little bit worse than this. You can see the runway here, but we are right on it. And we're on the glide slope right here. So that's perfect. Everything is good. And remember, you got to have both commands on. I don't know why that one's not on there like that.
Cleared to land runway tree 6 number 2 Delta 450.
There we go. I don't know if this is going to stay. It should be on approach. That should stay, but I'm going to see what happens. That's only on this. I don't know why it's not staying on both. But we'll see what happens. Maybe it doesn't need to be on both once you're at this point. So we're going to see what happens here.
1000.
this may not work on this specific runway, but we're going to find out. This should take us right down,
500,
right on the ground.
400, 300, 200, 100,
So I'll automatically turn
50,
the autopilot
40,
off.
30, 20, 10,
So it did not auto land. So that didn't go as I wanted it to.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform
That
safety-related
automatically
duties.
disengaged the
However, we
autopilot
ask that you remain seated
and
until
did
the
not
seatbelt
auto
sign
land.
has been switched
So
off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings
I'll have to
with
look
you,
more
checking
into
in the
this to
seat pocket,
see
underneath the seat, and in the overhead
exactly
pockets. Do take care
why
when opening
this
the
did
lockers
this.
in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you
Very
today.
interesting.
Our ground crew will help you complete your self-loading cargo journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter, or the official self-loading cargo app. Thank you.
Well, 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 well. Well, it took it just right above the runway. And did not auto land. So I'm going to have to, like I said, look into this and find out what happened. Maybe that particular runway was not equipped to do an auto land. You know, obviously I did this in Japan, so maybe Japan's airports and runways do not support Boeing auto land. Who the hell knows? But it was worth a try. Like I said, this was my first time doing this. I do not know if the jetway is going to actually connect.
Cabin crew, doors to manual, please.
And it is. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated until the captain turns
But
off
we
the
want
seatbelt sign.
to request
Once
the
that happens, we will
ground
start deboarding, and you'll be able to leave the aircraft. Thank you.
power. So, yeah, do not know what happened there, but we should have ground power available. So now we'll hit this. There we go. We don't need to hear that shit. Okay, so we can turn off all. It should be on ground power, and that's good. And I'm going to shut off the engines. And cut back one, cut back two. And I'm going to kill all the fuel pumps. Take that down. We should
Ground
have
to
the
cockpit.
jetway connected, somewhat connected. So,
Go ahead. Cabin crew, the aircraft is secure. The jetway is connecting. Start deboarding once ready. Hi, Captain. Microphone check, please.
The boarding requested.
Crystal clear. 5 out of 5. Roger. Okay, Captain. Ground power is available. Stand by. We'll start getting you offloaded in a couple of minutes. Roger.
just shut up. Shut up. Alright, so this should
Passengers deboarding starting.
connect to the front. There we go. There's the front gate. Passengers deboarding. And yeah, so I have no idea what happened there at all. Who knows? We got 42. And the rest
Ladies
are
and gentlemen, your
exiting.
portable electronic devices must
And
not
I
be
could
used until
do
you are inside the airport.
see you later, people.
When disembarking, please take care and hold onto the handrails while
Ladies
walking
and
down the
gentlemen,
stairs.
I'd like to wish you a safe
Please
onward
ensure
journey
that
and hope you
supervise
enjoyed your flight
children,
today.
And for your own
Thanks for
safety,
flying
do
with
not
us, and
walk
we hope
onto
to
the
see you
floor.
again soon.
Thank you.
You should be unloading the aircraft. Let's see what happens with that. Minimum. Yeah. Okay, really. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a instant deboarding.
Hello,
Wave your
Captain.
magic wand.
Would you mind waving your magic wand and getting the passengers offloaded straight away?
No problem.
So that'll be it. That's it.
Ground to cockpit. Hello? Go ahead.
Hi. All passengers have left the aircraft. Brilliant landing, by the way. We barely felt anything.
We do try our best.
If you need anything more, just give me a call.
Hi, Captain. Okay, all bags have been offloaded. We're closing up now, and we'll speak to you next time. Roger.
Well, that's it, guys. I'll try another approach like that. Try it in the United States, see what happens. Until then, guys, have yourself a great day. And